defined by this dura mater, right?
Okay.
It's
Going too fast.
It's different than the dura in the on the spinal cord because that's loose. This is attached to the bone, and so the dura up here has two layers. It has a periosteal layer, which is actually the periosteum on the inside of the bone, and then the meningeal layer, which is the layer facing the brain. Notice this thing in the middle. The dura has a particular configuration where it has a septum that comes down the middle and divides right and left hemispheres. Okay, and then it goes down and spreads this way, and it makes a shelf between the occipital lobes and the cerebrum, and that's called the tentorium cerebelli, and we'll see that. Okay, now these are some of the communicating veins. You guys over here can see this vein. I don't know, that's broken off. That one coming through the skull.
It's going to go on YouTube.
Okay. And there's a couple more. They come into this chamber. You see the dura from each side, they come together and they make a long chamber. In there, see where the forceps is? All the way around to the front. It's called the superior sagittal sinus. And that receives all the blood from the brain. And what you're seeing in here, these veins, like these broken off veins, these came from the surface of the brain. Here's a broken one right here, and it goes into the superior sagittal sinus. So where these veins come off the brain and go into the sinus along here is a danger area where, a lot of movement of the brain. If you fall down, the brain will kind of go like that, and these little veins can tear. And you end up with a subdural hematoma a couple weeks later because it'll just kind of seep out of there, I'm sure you're aware of that. Okay? So hopefully the dissectors will strip this dura from the skull, or maybe we can do it.
Nice. Yummy.
Show you. There you go. Pretty delicate, huh? But now you can see the grooves in the bone. Yeah, the middle meningeal artery travels in that groove there, you see, supplying the dura. And there it is, on the dura, the middle meningeal artery. Okay? And you can see it's very substantial. It's a big artery, and it's right in that groove. And of course, right there is the pterion, the thin part of the skull. Right here. Notice how thin and flexible the skull is right there. There's hardly anything. Okay? So that's how thin the skull is right here. Very thin. Okay, that's the pterion. Okay? The other thing you can find in here are see all the pits, these big pits up there, in there?